What's going on is the Wolf, and we back with another episode of the Wolf Has Spoken podcast. And I'm excited today because I was ready to crab them and not even show up. But I couldn't do that because I got, not only am I joined by my guy Q, but we also have a special guest with us all the way flying from Atlanta, but she's from Bed-Stuy. I gotta make sure I get that right. My girl, Stormy Banks, she is the founder of the Pink what?
Print.
No, I'm fucking with you. The Pink Print is a full-service grant writing agency. But all in all, man, first of all, I'm honored to have you here.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Yeah,
Thanks for
and
having me.
you know, we got Q, so
Unfortunately,
He was here.
Snuck in. Keep trying to lock the doors on me. Like I gotta go through the window this time. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
nah, I'm happy to be joined by my guy Q as well, as always. But yeah, so I want to start. We have a guest, so we're gonna be on our best behavior. We'll see how long that lasts. So let's start with Stormy. Stormy, tell the people, for the people that might not know, tell them a bit about you, your agency, your background. And I know that's 3 questions, so feel free to pick which one you want to answer.
What's up, everybody? This is Stormy Banks tuning in, and I am your new favorite grant writer, and I'm going to be the one helping you guys get debt-free funding to grow your business. Like he told you guys, I own a company called Pink Print Firm, where we do full-service grant writing for nonprofits and for-profits.
And tell them how much you already got in funding for, you know, up-and-coming businesses and entrepreneurs.
Yeah, last year we did $17 million. We had over a 90% success rate, and that's just due to our formula that we are coining is the best formula that's out there in the U.S. right now.
And guess who I'm going to?
Pink Print.
You know what I'm saying? So, you from New York, Bed-Stuy. Now you live in Atlanta. How was that transition?
I did it when I got engaged. So
Okay.
when I got engaged to my fiance, he was living in Atlanta. I personally
Congrats.
didn't. Thank you. Clap it up, clap it up. Women actually do get married these days.
We're going to talk about it.
No shade. Okay.
I'm not a fan of Atlanta, mostly because a lot of like the entrepreneurs that we're connected with are living there. And I'm not the type of person where I want to go to the grocery store and I got to see people and,
Yeah.
you know, be networking in the grocery store.
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
kind of the person, like when I'm in Bed-Stuy, I can like duck off and nobody knows you. New
Yeah.
York is so big. So, you know, I'm still transitioning, to be honest. We just moved in August.
Oh, you just got out there.
Yeah, it hasn't even been a year.
You know what I learned in my time living in Atlanta? It's definitely very intentional and transactional. So it's like, I feel like you can't formulate genuine connections there.
I could say similar things, for
You know
sure.
what I mean? Especially coming from up north where it's like, you know, we have community. Like you can sit on the block with your homies and just politic and build. But everything in Atlanta, I feel like it's really it's no real fellowship in regular areas. It's always like something. Or
event.
are you at Target?
Yeah.
Like you feel what I'm saying? Like you either going to a networking event, you're gonna see everybody there. And it's gonna be the energy and the love is gonna be there. But you got it's either that or Target.
That's interesting. Cause I've never been to Atlanta. So to hear that people usually give them credit for like everybody helps each other, build each other up, and there's such a community in that regard. But in your experience, you would say the community, even though they have such a community, it's therefore become a little bit more contrived. Or it's not natural, more organic. Where up here, we always hear about Philly don't support and this and that, da da da. So what do you think about that type of?
That's a question to me.
Yeah, just in general.
no,
Like,
I
do you
think-
think there's
no.
what's to say towards that? Like, I never been.
You said what's the state what?
Yeah, 'cause I feel like I'm used to hearing about Atlanta or just down south. Like, no, everybody sit together.
So
a
it's
whole
great
community.
energy. It's definitely easy to get to people. But when it comes to connecting, it's like a gap. And it's like everybody, in my opinion, feels like they're trying to see what's your angle. So because you're constantly reading someone's angle, you're not even really reading the situation. So I had to develop a motto, post coming from Atlanta, of, you know what? I'm just cool with being cool. I don't even care what you do. I don't even want to ask you. I don't even want to know what you do on your day-to-day, because from that moment on, if you do something of importance, it's going to feel like it's an ass at the end of this. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It was like, it was dope. So I didn't know that she was only out there since August. So I know this had to been a culture shock for you.
No, it definitely was. Because like you were saying, Atlanta's always some big to-do event. Like even, my baby graduating from kindergarten, we got to have a big we throwing it up. Like we got to get like, it's a whole thing. Like invite only.
Yeah.
And it's just like so extra. But what it is a lot of representation. Like
Yeah,
in the
that's
black
true.
community of
That's
like
true.
people who are actually doing well.
true.
Like how we see this neighborhood that we in right now,
Yeah.
like you don't see that in Atlanta like
all.
that. You know what I'm saying?
that's a
So
fact.
there's a lot of representation, which is very inspiring.
Yeah.
But you're not you only gonna get into the rooms if you got something to offer somebody back.
No, that's a fact. And that's what I mean when I say be lacking the connection. Like you got to already, which is not bad, because I look at it like it's like the mecca of entrepreneurship. It's like the promised land. It is that. Because you can go there and grow your business really fast. And you're around people that think, like, let's use sports, right? That's like the NBA of entrepreneurship. If you go there and you actually foster the right connections and stuff, you can make it big. So I feel like people should go there. But you have to understand that if you're coming from where we come from, don't expect it to be what we're accustomed to, where you know who fuck with you and who don't, because the energy gonna tell it. You get out that motherfucker, you'd be thinking somebody down with you, and you're like, damn, this motherfucker don't even fuck with me like that. You don't realize that until some all invite only shit, and it was very intentional that you were not the one, you wasn't getting that invite. But I don't know.
You said their food is trash.
She said it too.
I did. No, I did. I can stand on that.
No, I stand on it with you.
I can stand on that
but
hill.
I felt like
I stand as long as you with me.
I feel like, I feel like no, and I apologize for that, right? But I brought you down with me. I did the crab shit because I felt like it was a collective thing, and he like, yeah, because you said it, like, nigga, we was all involved.
I've never been. I wasn't with
but
you.
all jokes aside, though, yeah, everybody know I'm very vocal about only fucking with a few spots in Atlanta. You know what I mean? And I don't even gotta say them by name, but I'm pretty sure it'll be the same. That's on everybody's list.
Yeah.
But other than that, that shit is not. It's not that. What's your experience?
I mean, yeah, Keith Lee done already told what the real was, so we don't have to say no names. But see, for me, being from New York, every neighborhood is like a little Italy, a little China, a little Haiti, a little. So we have so many cultures of like authentic food, and I just got back from Rome, so I know that food is legit, you know, in New York. So I'm so accustomed to being able to have the flavors of the world that going to Atlanta and all they got is mac and cheese and lobster mac, like it's old, it's played.
Yeah. Every menu is uniform. I would say like it's literally the same thing, literally, and. You just go in the place, you getting chicken and waffles. Are you getting getting fish and grits? Are you getting lobster with something?
Shrimp and grits, like it's old.
And then when you say lobster mac, it just definitely just took me back because I'm like, I remember getting them little pans,
the salsa,
the little cast irons with the mac with a little bit of lobster on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I think even worse than that, they don't have no everyday food. Like, you know, you just go to like a bodega. For us, it's a poppy store.
Can I get a sandwich?
I just get some little regular shit. Nah, bro. It's like everything is something. It's like literally, it's like they don't have Wawa. So you can't, I'm just going to walk in here and just grab something quick. I got to be prepared to either valet my car or go to fast food.
And the valets is wilding. $20, $40, like to park you right where you were standing.
Easy.
Like, it's literally crazy.
And do you think they made that shit up themselves?
Yeah, that's
is we slandering Atlanta right now? Is we going?
Absolutely.
Damn,
I like it.
But you know, as bad as it sounds, it really is a good place. It's just the
pros and cons.
Yeah, pros and cons.
I think coming from up north, we never gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna just be real with myself.
Yeah,
because it's just not what we accustomed to. But if you want to be something, or at least be perceived to be something,
it sounds like a different edition of LA. Where it's just like very contrived, the relationships are always just like value exchange based, and everything is just super exaggerated, but black.
But at the same time, it's like you said, it's value based. But at the same time, then again, people don't give a fuck who you is. So it's like, do you ever get that feeling? It's like everybody is somebody. It's like so what? That's the vibe I get. Like it's like all right, because it's like you know how a celebrity come up here. They got security. They gonna stay at the most luxury hotel. I'm talking about we could be standing in the restaurants or the bars. They right next to you.
Yeah.
And like, so it's like, I liked that aspect of it because it's like, you know, when you can bring the same person to Philadelphia and it's gonna be this theatrical extravaganza that they come in. Everybody's coming outside to meet this person. They got 14 security guards. They in black trucks. Man, I done seen a motherfucker. I ain't even gonna say what celebrity. This motherfucker was hopping out of what is the Sentra? A Sentra, a fucking the little baby Nissan. And I'm pretty sure it was Uber because he was getting out the back with a chick. But I'm just like, in the city, a motherfucker would never get in this Uber. Like motherfucker, I ain't getting that shit. Like I gotta be black trucking it. So Atlanta do give you the ability to take your what word do I want to use? You get to just let your guard down.
Okay,
not too much though.
Speaking of letting your guard down, earlier one of you guys said that black women don't listen to anybody except their boss. So I was curious to see who wanted to start with that idea.
So contextually,
that's what was said.
I mean, it was off camera. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the person is off camera that said it. But I told him I got us.
Right.
And it's sorry.
Don't drop the ball.
Yeah, no. So in a nutshell, because that's something that that's an analogy. But what I feel like women fail to understand when it comes to men, because we're logical, right? Y'all associate the role of who it is and eliminate the logic to it. We just want y'all to respect our position. So when we say you won't talk back to your boss, it's not saying that you just got all this super respect for your boss. It shows that you can contain yourself in a conversation and take direction and take guidance without no resistance or rebuttal. So when we see y'all do it for another man, to us, it don't matter who the man is.
Another man.
I mean, it don't know, because I don't want to put the title on it, because I feel like
keep cooking.
the subjectivity of the title is why women think it's okay. But to us, it's just another man. It could be your dad. It could be your uncle. It could be your cousin. If we see you are able to willingly fall behind and submit, I didn't want to use the word, but I just did it anyway. Be willing to be able to submit to what's being said and take the guidance and the leadership. It's like, well, damn, I see you capable of it. Why you can't take that same exact approach when we're having a conversation? So that's the whole
defend it.
No, honestly, I agree with that logic of what you're saying, of like how you're thinking about it, because I never thought of it like that.
Respect.
So I definitely can understand that logic, but I also do feel like there's a lot more intimacy where it comes to me and you, right? So the same could be said. It's like, okay, you don't talk to a woman on the street the way you'll talk to me sometimes, right? When you get into your modes and you want me to be quiet or do this or clean up or whatever the case may be, like you're not talking to the woman the same way. So it's like we have way more intimacy for me to be able to let my guard down and not have to be in a masked position like when I'm at work or in a corporate environment. So of course I'm not gonna portray myself in a certain way in a corporate setting. Then when I get home and I can let my hair down and take my bra off and be like, babe, what the hell, you know?
Yeah, I like
the counter, ladies and gentlemen.
I like
fighting
that.
back.
I'm gonna add context to what you said though, right? So you said we wouldn't just talk to a woman on the street a certain way, but we wouldn't just do certain things for the woman on the street. So when we look at it, it's more so like you could contain yourself to him because he cut you a check, but I protect your life and I take care of you. So it's like I got more leverage in this conversation than he does. So if you can contain yourself for that sentence, because they can fire you. If we locked in, then I'm like, well, damn, you care more about losing your position at work than you do about losing your man. So it's a separation, because I'm not going to talk to a woman in the streets in a way where I'm asking her to do anything, because that's not her role in my life. But I'm also not going to get out of my bed at 3 a.m. to make sure she's cool. My girl got undeniable protection, like it's unlimited. So that's where it's like, well, I'm willing to go to these ends for you, and you can't even stop this for me. So I think that's where it comes from. But I understand, but it's like you can let your guard down. You don't have to mash yourself, and you can be as vocal as you want. It's just about timing and approach. The same way we have to understand timing and approach. Like, it's so funny to me how, and I'm not trying to generalize when I say women, but I'm just saying, like, in most cases, a woman cannot be in the mood to talk. And she's very vocal about that. But if a man is not in the mood to talk and he vocalizes that, it's like you get pressed more into trying to, extract that. So I just think it comes down to timing and approach. If a man say, yo, not right now, like, it's like, not right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, if my girl don't like something I say, she could reserve the right to say this when we get in the car. It's not the time and the place to check me in this particular, as you wouldn't want me to do.
No, definitely.
You follow me? So I feel like when it's the boss, it's like, y'all literally are like all ears. Like, all right, what you want me to do? You want me to do this? And y'all trying to gain favor. But it's like, you don't care that you feel like, I got this nigga. I don't got to gain favor. I don't got to do things to make him feel like he's this or he's that. But you will sit and stroke your boss's ego to make him feel like he the man so you can gain the favor. But for your man, it's like, you got a tender ego. You know what I'm saying?
So to add to the conversation a little bit more on the women's side, because I'm a feminist.
Thank you.
He just identified as that today. This is new to me.
But
so that's fucking hilarious.
So to your point, like, I think a counter to that would be like, in a situation, even though a man can lead or whoever, let's say the man is leading a relationship, and then today y'all both are still equal though. We're on the same level, maybe different positions on that level.
So
in a job, she's never gonna be equal with the boss.
But I don't think it's equal.
Okay, cool. So I think a lot of people, I'm gonna say most or whatever, but I think a lot of people look at it that way, and that's why I wouldn't be the same at a job, because in the day, your supervisor is your boss, is your boss.
That's a good point.
And whether they fire you or not, you still have to recognize you in a chain of command per se. Where in a relationship, whether you lead it or not, a lot of people believe we're on the same level though. So
but we not though. See, that's the misconception, and that's like this new whole 50-50 thing. I feel like it's equal respect. Mm-hmm. It's like it's equal respect. But I feel like it's a head coach and an assistant coach. So at the end all be all, the head coach makes the final say on the decision, because when it all hit the fan, it falls on the head coach. Mm-hmm. If a woman life goes to shit and she got a man, they don't say that woman should be held accountable. Mm-hmm. They say that man should be held accountable. So I reserve the right, if I'm the leader, to say, let me hear what you have to say, because especially if this involves you, but I have to be able to live on the hill, because y'all know I don't say the other word. Mm-hmm. I have to live on the hill of whatever I come to the conclusion I draw, because when the drawback hits, it hits me. So when we think about it, it's not really, everything doesn't have to be so like a freaking hierarchy. Everything don't have to be so structured. Like we're like, but it's like, nah, like somebody has to be the quarterback. Somebody has to be in the lead. And you gotta don't get with a man if you don't trust him in that role. If you're gonna have resistance towards that, then don't be with him, because it's like literally that's when you're interjecting with him being his position. Because in the job, you can literally say, oh, yeah, that's my boss. He's responsible for that. But it was like, no, we together, we have sex, so we gotta be equal. It's like, no. Literally, it comes down to the responsibility. If I got more responsibility, I need more to say so.
Yeah, see, but I don't think men have more responsibility than women. I think it's a head coach of this department and a head coach of that department.
I mean, if that's how you want to phrase it, I'm cool with that.
So I really do actually agree. Like, I'm liking a 50-50 relationship. Like, I think that that's very healthy for everybody to understand their roles and responsibilities.
Yeah.
And it's based only solely off people's strengths. Like, it's not anything other than what are our strengths that we come together and bring to the table. So I really don't think, I mean, hierarchy is really what our society is built off of. That's literally classism, colorism. Everything is built off of a hierarchy structure. So of course, those things are going to be present in our day-to-day lives. But I don't think that your responsibilities as a man are bigger than my responsibilities as a woman. Because if whatever you doing, you out there going in the world, you're making the money, bringing it back home, you're protecting the home. If I don't raise these kids right and they're bozos, now what? We don't have no legacy.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
agree.
not more important for you to go make the money than me to take care of the house and build the house.
No, so when I ain't say more important, I did say more, but I didn't say more important. I feel like the attire is just as important on a car as a mirror. Like, you know, as the brakes is the gas. Like, so it's different, 100%. And I feel like just part of being a leader is being able to extract the strengths to put your woman in her position to thrive, and her do the same. She supports you in a way that allows for you to thrive. As far as then when I said the hierarchy thing, I agree. We do live in a society that's built off that. But I feel like when you put that hierarchy in relationships, that's when it get clouded, and that's where it becomes a measuring contest on who does what and what. When I think of 50-50, it's not a financial conversation. I actually hate the topic. But I feel like it should just be showing up and doing what you're good at. Like you said, it should be the strengths. But people tend to just talk about the financial part, and they think that that's just what it is. Just because you split the responsibilities and it, like yours look different and man's look different, don't mean that it shouldn't be a certain level of respect there. Because when you go to work, because my whole thing is this, right? I feel like this. I'm perfectly fine with letting the women I love live in La La Land. What I mean is, I don't stress my mom out. I don't stress my girl out. I don't stress my daughters out. I got a bunch of women around me. I got all daughters. I got a girl. I got a mom. And I got a lot of sisters. I got a lot of men around me too. But I'm just saying, like, when it comes to them, I'm more likely to tell Q something, a problem I might try to solve. But if I tell my girl a problem I'm trying to solve, she's going to try to help me. And I might not want your help. I might be wanting to talk like, yo, yeah, you know, I got to figure out how I'm going to get such and such. I don't need you to go devise a plan. I just need you to trust it. So what I learned to do it's like, I feel like if it's not your responsibility to know, then it's not my responsibility to tell you. And I feel like I don't got to tell my girl how I'm going to pay the bill. She just know that's going to get paid. And I don't want to be questioned about that, because it's like, what are we talking about? That's when I talk about the boss thing. What is you going to ask your boss about what he got going on? You're not. So if you got to handle these said responsibilities in your position, right, just do that. And if the boss fuck up, he could be held accountable. Now, I'm not calling myself a boss, but I'm using that because that's the context of what we're talking about. So it's like me as the leader, it's like, all right, cool. If I drop the ball, hold me accountable. But to be sitting here having a discussion about how I'm going to get it done, I'm not doing that, because I don't know no leader that does that. I can tell you the plan and what we're going to do and how we're going to devise it and tell you which way we're going, because I didn't say let me lead you blind, right? But at the same time, it's like, I don't want you questioning the plan if I tell you that's the plan. Just either you're going to let me lead or you're not.
Go ahead.
No. I'm about to divert a little bit. Go.
Yeah, because my ideas is a little different on leadership. Yeah, it's a little different on leadership. And I can take accountability for my thought processes because I didn't have a good father figure. And so the way that I saw a woman run the house is how I learned how to be, you know, a leader or a woman in my household. So this is coming from a standpoint of that.
I respect it.
And the way that, you know, I've developed to prefer it is I do want to have the conversations. Like, I want to know everything that's going on around me, because I have equipped myself with a lot of different skill sets, tools, and resources to actually be able to provide solutions to problems, to actually be able to provide, you know, creative ways of thinking and doing things. And I want you to lean on me for that, because that's my role for you, is to be your headrest at the end of the day. I'd rather you trust me before you trust your boy. Like, leave our problems in our house, because we could actually fix it with what we can bring to the table.
I don't disagree with that.
You know, and so I want my man to tell me, like, hey, I need $1,000 more to get the rent paid this month. Like, what do you think should be our plan of action? I'm like, like, okay, cool, let's break it down. Let's think of this. Let's do that. Like, what about this? And we'd be like, okay, bet. And then he make a final decision of like, this the route we're going to go with based off his skill sets and what we got in the pot together. And then we're going to make it happen like that. But yeah, I don't want you to just be like, don't ask me no questions.
Let me say this real quick, just to her point, before I don't lose it. So no, everything you just described is how I think it should go. Like it's not to exclude the person, right? It is not to say that like you don't have a say so, because that's why I say as an assistant coach, you want to bring that, but it's more so like a last resort than it is a first resort. So I think that's the difference. Like I'm not coming to my woman first, but of course I feel like I wouldn't be partners with somebody that I feel like I can't come to in those regards. So everything you said, but as far as and did you have to say something specific? Because I was gonna say something to something else you said that I wanted to elaborate. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say just overall to the point where I think both of you guys were agreeing. Where I think back to the original thing, I think the issue comes in where if you like I said, if you trust your man, you trust him to be a leader as your partner, there shouldn't be much of like bucking or disagreeing with, like, again, we troubleshooting together, we unpacking and figuring out, all right, cool, I brought you a plan, what you think about it?
Yeah.
All right, I hear your point. I'm gonna do this though. And if you trust him as a partner, trust him as a leader, it could and should just be as simple as that. Versus like, well, why or why this and that, whatever. Then I think that's where like the confusion comes. Yeah. Because if he brought it to you or you heard or you overcame it, you overheard or whatever it is, it can be a conversation. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But if he ends up making that choice or decision, it could just be like, cool, versus like, well, I think you should do this. Or, I don't really like that idea. This path where make more. It's like, well, all right.
Yeah, that's where the question of leadership is coming into play. You think that your plan, not you, but the person in question thinks their plan is better. Right. So they think that, you don't see it my way, so I have to continuously tell you that you should be doing it this way. And it's like, now you're not showing faith in my ability to get it done. Where the support part would just be, you know what? I'm gonna let him see what happened. And then when he fuck up, it's not to say, nigga, I told you so. It's more so to say, you know what? Go back at it. You can figure that stuff out again. You know what I mean? So I think it's that. But to your point, when you said you develop a lot of the tools and the knowledge and the skills and even the resources to be of assistance, I think that's dope. But I also think the need to know is a control mechanism. I feel like it's like I need to know what's happening because I'm involved and I want to make sure that you don't motherfucking drive off the cliff with me in the car.
No, for sure.
And I understand because, in our last conversation with the lady we had that joined us or whatever it may be, she had, because I don't know if I call y'all girls, women, or should I say woman? The woman that joined us, because I want to call her a girl, or the lady sounds a bit older. She wasn't old, so the woman that joined us. Because I'm still, we just becoming adults. I'm learning how to use the adult terms. But the last woman that joined us, or whatever the case may be, she had pointed out, women, need for, like, we all know that women need safety and security, but she phrased it and broke it down in a way that made me realize, like, that need for control is just that. Y'all had that inability to be able to let go. It's just like, but y'all, it's like y'all, we all are good at masking why we do things. So it's like you telling yourself it's because you want to be a help, but in reality, you just don't want to give the control up and something go wrong and you feel like you could have did something to stop it. So it's like, it's like, nah, you kind of got to let a man lead you with faith. Now, as a man, you have to be consistent to earn that.
Come on now.
Like, because I'm not going, like, I literally understood coming into my relationship that I had to prove myself. Do we want to have to prove ourselves? And we could talk about proving ourselves, because I feel like that whole what you bring to the table conversation, we're going to get to that. But I feel like you start a job, you got to prove yourself. It's not, you're not proving yourself because you're trying to prove that you qualified. You just building trust so somebody know you're reliable.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I understood that, like, my girl come from being hyper independent and, she pay everything herself. And she come from a background of splitting it and doing all these different things. And then she meet me and I'm like, yo, you ain't even got to work if you don't want to. You know what I mean? I ain't saying the first day you quit your job, you're going to have all your fucking desires, but I'm saying that's your choice. And like, that sound like a trap to most women. Like, nigga, what you trying to have me rely on you, nigga? I got to ask you for everything? Right. And it's like, nah, it's like, no, I'm saying like, I just don't want it to be where you complaining about what you do. Because I'm saying you don't have to do it. You doing it because you want to. So if you go and you get into a stressful position, I'll let you vent all day and night. But you can't be out here like you a fucking slave. Because I'm telling you that I'm willing to take on the extra slack. You know what I mean? And that's just me. But at the same time, if it makes you fulfilled to go out and do some shit,
have at it.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
We would do so much just to for y'all to shut up.
Yes.
Like more. Like it's like, yo, like we would work 10
4
jobs.
jobs.
Yeah, like if it was enough time in the day, I work 10 jobs just so you shut the fuck up. Like, yo, it's okay, cool. Don't do nothing. Just lay down and meditate all day. Like, just
Lord.
like
Go to the fucking spa or something. Let's get you a fucking wax and go to Target.
Yeah, and if we had more reliable men, more women would want to do that.
Okay.
Honestly, more women would be totally comfortable being in the role of being like, great, these men out here are actually working. Like, I don't have to beg you to get up and go to work. I don't have to, get up my own apartment because your credit is messed up. Like, you have equally enough things together as I do, so you could support me at the level that I expect and have earned for my own self. See, a lot of times you get with men and they want you to downgrade what you have going on to accept them at the place that they're at, and then they also want you to shut the hell up. So it's like,
that's fair.
I mean,
which one are we doing?
So there's a lot that I can unpack on what you said, because this is like a thing. This is like very like widespread as a conversation, and I feel like, to your point, a lot of what you said I 100% agree with. You know what I mean? And I also feel like, to add context, I feel like the more successful a woman become, the slimmer the dating pool gets.
That's a
so
fact.
I think that, because it's like this, right? It's like the tolerance. It's like somebody that drink every fucking day. A little shot or two ain't gonna do nothing to them. So I feel like the more you consume financially, like the more you bring in, and you then you dishing out, you able to do what you want. You got this freedom, you got the security, the stability. The less. Now again, I'm not saying it's like it's one of the things where I'm trying to make women think that there's not enough men out here. It's just more so saying, like, you got to be real with yourself. Your appetite changes. So it don't even matter about the quality of man no more. It just matters about if he can match your lifestyle. And I think that that's when you get to that lifestyle and you realize, like this, right? I compare a man with money how I compare an attractive female. You have to work for shit. So your expectations of each other is different. A woman walks up to the club, she think, I'm beautiful, I should get in for free. A man has money, he thinks, I got money, you should just let me fuck. And it's like, because that's the psychology of how they operate. It's like women who grew up more attractive than other women have to develop. I'm not gonna say they didn't, because that's crazy. Didn't have to develop certain things that women who weren't as attractive. Same way a man who develops a certain character that doesn't have money, the one with money doesn't have to develop those, because people will literally tolerate this person for their looks and for their money. So when you throw in an attractive woman with money, it's like, oh shit. If she doesn't have a certain level of self-identity to understanding like what she wants from a man, she's going to go into it looking at it in an itemized list. How much he make? How tall is he? What car he drives? So it's like, you're not even looking at the things that will make a man a man. You're literally building a bear. Like you're putting together a mannequin, and you're not really looking at the things that will make a man a man. I don't fault y'all for that, because it's weird, because in reality, a lot of women was forced by way of, now in the absence of men, gets lost in translation. A lot of men went to jail. They didn't just run off on their families. My dad did 27 out of the 30 years in jail. He wasn't a bad dude. He just wasn't there because his nigga
It was a systematic.
he went to, but that's not how history tells it. It's often highlighted that like they acted as if black men went off and got other families. That's how many people you know? How many fucking dads you know just went off and got another family? Most of the time, nigga just wasn't around.
They was juggling both.
No.
I see her twice every month. I see my family.
Yeah, no, in a perfect world, a nigga would, but that's not reality. Yeah. But I'll pass it back. But just the last thing I'm gonna say in that regard is like, I don't think that a man just want to downgrade a woman. I think that sometimes that the quality that y'all want from the men at the financial level is not gonna match the man who can't give you that. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's just a slim amount. Like, it's a slim amount.
I actually do think I will speak to the point that it is not that as many men. I do think it's not as many eligible bachelors. A lot of niggas is queer. A lot of niggas are in jail, or a lot of niggas are just dumb, and a lot of niggas are cheaters. A lot of niggas just got issues and need therapy.
So you think there's a lot of good women? Not saying that it's not.
I think it's more good women than men.
I think that you can mold women to be good.
That's fair. I think it's just a baseline, just like on a spectrum of good or just quality. I think it's more women, like percentage wise type shit. I think it's just, because again, men by default have become the prize because there's just a lot more of us. Like,
I don't think that's why, but go ahead.
Okay.
No.
But yeah, so when women that go up the spectrum are like attractive and successful, whatever, there aren't just like, it's like a weird thing of like the men that's going to be at their eye level of attraction, overall compatibility. And that's why it's going to be difficult, I suppose. And that's why I think they end up in this itemized Build-A-Bear situation, because it's like, damn, all right, you look good, you fuck me good. Then it's like, credit bad, and I gotta like do all this shit too.
The credit bad was excessive. Nigga couldn't have good credit. If you could have gave me 1 point, like he got a credit. She said the credit. She made this motherfucker a scum. Like
so I get that. I used to, talking about my friend all the time about this. She was like, yeah, if I'm making 100 grand, 200 grand, why would I date a guy that's making 50 grand? And I was like, yes, that could be shallow of her, but I understand.
It's not
that.
shallow. It's just it's an appetite, bro. It's impossible. You
I
cannot
say it's impossible,
bro. I'm all right. So you're right. I'm not gonna say it's impossible because that's a super firm statement. But I'm saying like it's inevitable because women want to be led. So a woman is not going to adhere to you if she feels like she knows more than you, if she has more than you, if she could do it without you. The best correlation is to in this particular manner, not from a level of whatever, just women and children. If they're not going to respect your authority if they don't have to. Because if they could have it their way, they want it their way. So if she literally has $200,000, you make 50. How can you advise her financially on what not to do with the funds?
Because she don't know how to use money.
Yeah, but she will go to a financial consultant before she come to you.
Maybe.
Because she gonna look at it like you don't know how to make money.
That don't mean he's not. Don't mean he's struggling necessarily.
No, hey, listen. I don't disagree. I'm just saying, like, based on
and if he makes you happy and whatever it is, so,
Stormy, feel free. As a successful woman, now I know you engaged, so it's kind of different. But even prior to, as a successful woman, or having successful women friends, do you see that? Do you feel as though it's more challenging for them to date?
Yeah, like the friends that are single, they definitely struggle with dating because their expectations are pretty much all material. And so for me personally, the reason why I honestly think that I was able to find somebody that I really liked is because I wasn't going for material things only.
Yeah.
Like there was definitely boxes that needed to be checked
just for
it to make sense. It had to make sense.
Yeah, like, this paint just had to, we need the paint.
It couldn't be wilding, but
she said, nigga, I can get you a grant. Like, but you're gonna buy me this bag. Like, you gotta get it. And that's not all I want, but I do want it. But no, I went
off of like, I want to love your family and I want your family to love me. I want my family to be connected with you. Like I want to laugh with you. I want to actually like your thoughts and like be able to talk with you in different conversations. I want us to have great sex. I want to be physically attracted to you on all different scales and stuff like that. And I want to be able to like plan. Like that was a big thing for me too when it comes to security and control. I want to be able to plan out our future. Do we have the same goals of what we want our stuff to look like? And those conversations develop over time and change all the time. But those were like things that I was really like, these are my non-negotiables. Even if you don't have $1 million or even if he's not making, if you don't have an 800 credit score, like these are what I'm going to stick to and find that. And then everything else is really obtainable for sure.
I think that you said something that was key. And you led what most women put on the back burner. That's in your position, right? So when Q say is a percentage of the higher percentages is more good women than good men, I feel like what you said in your non-negotiables in your list was like character things and values and things like that you wanted in a man before you said you want him to make money. We ain't say take that off the list.
Right.
But most women lead with how much do you make? What do you do for a living? So when you have that type of conversation, that's just equivalent to the man just wanting to see how attractive a woman is, because it's one of the things where it's like, well, how good is your pussy? It's like, that should be the last thing on that nigga mind. How good of an example is she gonna be for your daughter? And how good of an example is he gonna be for your son? So it should be more so
and how
predicated
good is the
on
head,
that.
like that.
Yeah, but that's like at the end of the list. It's on the list.
End?
It's like it should be behind the foundational structure. Because if you're searching for a partner, you can't think about yourself. And that's another thing about being a leader. I had to pick a woman that just didn't fit me. She had to fit my lifestyle. She had to fit my kids. She had to fit my family structure. She had to fit my goals, because the person I'm choosing to lay next to is literally 50% of my energy at that point. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, we can't just make it a sexual thing. Now, I'm not saying that if the sex wasn't amazing that I wouldn't, have thoughts.
If the sex was trash, it wouldn't have been
like,
able
you know
to,
what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you can't live 50 years.
I'm not
non-negotiable.
50 years with bad sex,
it's
bad.
crazy. So that's what I'm saying. But I feel like people just make everything be the extreme. It's like, it's either fucking great sex or it just has to be horrible. No, like, I'm pretty sure
What's
sex
the
is just
lowest
sex
on that 1 to
nice.
10 scale the sex can be?
It got to be the chemistry for me.
Overall, it comes to a rating.
No, the chemistry got to be there, because I got to enjoy having. I got to enjoy fucking you.
It got to be an 8.
Yeah, I get it. 8, at least an 8. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay,
Yeah, I
gotta
got to
be
enjoy
an
fucking you.
Because to your point to extreme, I feel like people would speak like, if it ain't a 10, it
is
ain't
a
worth
1.
my time.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
8.
It gotta be
It got to
an
be.
8.
Yeah, I agree. It got to be
Because
that.
it might be some little kinks and quirks that you like, it ain't my favorite thing in the world, but
But that's why as a man,
it's still vibe.
the best thing that you could do while leading in this situation is be attentive and don't be afraid to ask too, though. Like, Yeah, I mean, like talk her through that nut, motherfucker. Like, ask her. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Because you could be doing something that could be working, but she too shy to speak up, and then you switch it. And you leave
He lost momentum.
You feel
he
me?
lost it.
Damn, why he was right there? You feel
Time
me?
out.
So
Damn.
you wanted to be like where you like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yo, like you like that? Like, you tell me. You feel what I'm saying? Like I want to know what you're thinking right now, and I want to know when it's coming, so I know. You feel me? And I want to because it could be sometimes like you know what I'm saying. I feel like that be the thing. Like sometimes as men, and I used to be that when I was younger. I would just focus on fucking. You know what I mean? But I'm like, nah, like this shit. You gotta get in her head while you fucking. Like she gotta really be like, this gotta be an experience.
Yeah, vice versa.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? Like we want the experience too, because if a girl, like you know when a girl like into it, like she's into it, you like, damn, like she want this shit. Like it make you feel better than if a chick just bend over and you just clap her and it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, I got my shit on.
She pull your dick out and go crazy on it versus like, yo, give me some head. It's like, oh, you want to suck my dick so bad. Like, she into
if you got extra head, get you a new girl. I'm keep it a bean. I'm gonna tell you why, because that's like, I don't feel like women should ask for money. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have to like communicate, because women take that statement and run with it. Like, I shouldn't have to say nothing. I just sit here.
You gotta ask.
No, like you gotta communicate. But I just feel like it should be a thing where, because we are attentive, I'm just gonna be like, yo, my girl ain't had such and such in a while. That'd be thorough to, you know what I mean? I feel like we do that when we want to. Like this ain't even on no pandering side, because I hate the new podcast conversations. It'd be pissing me off. I call them dweebs. And I actually made an acronym for dweebs. I'm gonna tell you what dweebs is.
Okay.
What a fucking dweeb is. A lot of these dudes on these podcasts be dweebs.
And they be dweebs, and the girls be going for it because they be saying all the right things on the podcast, and then when you get them in a relationship, they end up becoming a single mother.
Hey, yo.
And see, those is the real keys.
So I'm gonna tell you, before I tell my acronym, I'm gonna tell you my context behind a dweeb. A dweeb is a guy that either gonna pander to say what a woman want, which is typically the most manipulative, narcissistic as fucking men. Not the ones that's telling y'all what y'all don't want to hear, but the ones that's telling you what you do want to hear. Because it's like, if I can disarm her, it's like when you give a child candy. If I can disarm this person, then they'll trust me. So they're like, yeah, because niggas need to be doing this and that. And the women like, and then next thing you know, you get that nigga some pussy and he a fucking dweeb. But I also feel like it's the guy that got it right first and want to talk about relationships. Like, bro, shut up. You've been married since high school. You didn't go through nothing. You didn't deal with enough bad women to have both perspectives. Like, I've dealt with both. I got finessed and I've dealt with women that was great. I fucked up. Women that fucked up with me. I got a broad in perspective than somebody that met their fiance and it was a fucking. It's like, nah, bro, you're living through an obscure reality and you're a dweeb. Yeah, and dweeb just means
what's the acronym?
Dudes. Hold on.
All right, so
dweeb means dudes with extra easy benefits. Like
with extra easy.
Like you just got it right. It's just extra easy for you. You didn't go through no hardship with women to understand why some men feel how they feel.
All right, I see how you're trying to make all this work. It's a lot in there.
That's a lot.
It's a lot in there.
Oh, I was like, damn.
I think the first one is right on point. I get that point, but the second one, I get your point overall. Where it's like, yeah, if you have a small sample size, how can you speak in a general?
That's all.
Sense?
Yeah.
I get that,
Yeah.
but at the same time, to that dweeb perspective, it's like, you know, staying together for a long time is hard work. So if y'all
for sure.
Yeah, so make
it work.
Give
us advice on that.
Not just general.
Not dating advice.
Not dating advice.
Like, you'll have enough that you can say, yo, look, I've been in this shit for 17 years. We had to grow together. We was fucking caterpillars. Now we butterflies. I had to let my girl go out and venture and find herself in these endeavors. I had to be patient, and she had to be patient with me. That's not the same as they saying, yeah, because men should just not be men. Like, come on.
Okay. But Rook, I want to hear you elaborate on one point that you said when you said the things that are like the non-negotiables about the family component. So if everything else was great, but the family in-laws didn't vibe, that would be like, oh, we can't move forward?
Oh yeah, I told my fiance that. I was like, when I meet your mother, when you meet my brothers and my family and stuff, if it's not clicking, it's just not there for me. My family is just way too important for me, and I spend so much time with them, talk to them all the time, that if they constantly gotta like shield their opinions around you or say stuff about you.
Got you.
That's just not worth it for my life.
All right, so I'm about to ask you, does their opinion of him matter?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
When my brothers first met him, I was like, okay, what's the lowdown? Like, give it to me. What are we thinking?
I respect that. I think that's important. I agree. I just think that, like, what if family just like what you I don't know. I guess it comes down to the discernment of your family, because we just got a fucked up family. Like,
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? Like, that's some fucked up shit.
No, but I got good people. I got
yeah,
good
my
people
boy,
in my
he can't even get it because the family
brother
fucking
me
up
up
for
some
you.
shit. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I
got
gotta
good
pay
people.
because of my mom and her
Yeah.
her unhealed trauma.
Yeah, see, I'm not dealing with that, because then that's going to be the grandmother of my child. And then if I want to leave her with the summertime and she's with my child and you cussing her out and acting crazy, wilding.
I respect it.
I'm
I
not
respect
dealing
it.
with that. I'm
respect
cool.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Well, I totally think that's valid, and I definitely get it. In my situation, even before my situation, I look at stuff where I never really, because how I am with my family, that's a whole other topic, but I didn't really see or look for like a whole blended thing and this and that. You got to be this and da. Overall, I wanted them to have a good rapport with my mom. It didn't have to be great or amazing or they bestie, but no, good, and y'all can kind of wash hands and be done after that, whatever. They actually a little closer than I would even like because they just be talking too fucking much.
Right.
But overall,
I can relate.
yeah. But overall, like with her family, like again, they cool and some people are cool. Overall, I kind of really give a fuck. And that like. We spoke about before, we're like the whole, because she's African. So, Africans and black people got a little thing. And I actually been peeped a while ago. There's a little bit of prejudice there. But it's funny. I didn't even.
There's an ism in there somewhere.
For sure. And I didn't realize it until years later because I just never gave a fuck. So I didn't care that, me and the dad in 9-10 years now had 2 conversations ever in life.
Wow. Yeah.
And the mom, again, she's cool, but still not really there. And mostly the siblings are kind of cool, whatever. But either way, if they wasn't, kind of wouldn't give a fuck, whatever. Because, like, me and you together. And why would I care about your family per se, whatever? Yeah. That's like, I know I got to work mine though. But
no, did you come in with kids? Because I know you have kids. Did you come in with outside kids?
One and done.
Yeah,
together.
So how do y'all? How do you, since you have the experience, how do you expect your girl and the baby mothers to
that's a good question.
Union together?
All right, so I'm gonna answer that, but I wanted to comment on something Q just said. So to the family thing, I feel like women marry into the man's family more than the man married into the woman. But if you could blend it, I think that's dope. Because I think it's more common for the woman to spend most of the holidays. Now, I ain't saying you can't split holidays for somebody out there. No, we split everything 50-50. Not saying that. I'm saying that, and more times than not, the man will bring the woman around, and I feel like it have to be that good. They have to respect your woman, respect you as a man, and I think it's that. But very seldom do I go around my girl's family. I would if they have stuff. I pull up because I'm going to be supportive, but it's just always more like centralized with the man. Even if you look like back in the times, the wife would get married into a family.
Yeah, you taking your man's last name.
Take the last name. So but that was that. But to your point, so how do I expect them to coexist? Essentially, that just come down to me. Right, so how I interact, how I engage,
fuck the big 3.
It really come down to like. So the beauty in it is like I don't really have the history I have with my children's moms is not like romantic. So it's more so just like it's like a co-parenting type of respect thing, and I'm already shielded with who I bring around my kids. So I had to vet my girl and see, and I can see what type of, she has a kid too, type of mom she is or whatever the kid may be before I felt comfortable. And then when it came to like me and my children's moms, I felt like it was necessary for them to know who was around their kid. They don't have to talk or communicate because my kids is older, but even so, it's just a respect, like stay over there. And I don't blend. So I don't I'm not a pillow talking ass nigga. If my baby mom say some nut shit to me, not about my girl, to me, about me or whatever, I'm not taking that, this girl stressing me out, and doing it because that will obscure my girl's perspective on them. Because she's going to want to protect me and want me to not be stressed out. So she's naturally not going to like them. So I deal with them and I deal with her. I feel like as much as we talk about what's all of the new denominations of polygyny and I feel like even if you're not sexually involved with multiple women, the moment you have baby moms, you're still not just dealing with one woman. I gotta literally think about everybody essentially. But I think as a man, most men, they like to step in shit and then walk in the house. I don't do that. You know what I mean? If I step in shit, I take my shoes off at the door. So if I got into an argument with my baby mom because we disagree on parenting, which is like our responsibility or whatever the case may be, I don't bring that to my relationship. That's for me and my child's mom. How we parent in our blended household is how we parent. So, and I made sure that their moms understand, look, when they hear they just say stepmom essentially. Like it's not like just something that you say because it sounds cool, but it's like nah. She's a stand-in mother when she's with them. She's taking care of them. She's no X, Y, and Z. As if they with y'all boyfriends or whatever the case may be until they become husbands, if that's what their goal is, then it's the same thing. I just wanted to be a mutual respect. And then she has a daughter, so I had to, that was new for me. I never seriously dealt with a woman with a child. Right. I never had to deal with like a baby dad essentially. So it's like now I got to learn how to coexist with another man. But the beauty in that, with their situation was kind of like already uniform. It was like, your week, my week, your week, my week. So it was just like, I just had to have a convo, when she with me, it's my responsibility. When she with you, go unsaid. But when she with me, it's my rules. So it's just like, look, his request was just, man, I just want my daughter to feel comfortable and safe or something like that. And I was like, cool. Like, when she with me, she my daughter. Like, she ain't gonna, I'm gonna punish her ass the way I do mine. They fight like sisters. It's like, and that was weird in a good way because it was like everything just gelled. It was like, it was like already like her daughter already gave me the sense of respect. It was never like, you're not my dad. I kind of was like, they didn't prepare for that. Like, but that never came. She listened. If I put her on timeout or on punishment or take the phone, she'd give it to me. And my daughter's the same way. With the moms, it's just like, they kind of like over there. And it's like, as long as it's nothing, it should be nothing. And I just think it comes down to communication.
See, that's why family was so big to me because my fiance has a daughter. And see, my expectation is that everything is blended. Like, I expect to know, like, even though it's our household, and yes, we're going to run our household how we see fit, I still want to respect the things that you're instilling. I still want to enforce what she's going back home to. I still would like my ideas and his ideas to also be the same respect in regards to your household as well, because we're supposed to be working as a unit to raise her. So if she coming over here and she moving like this and then she going over there and moving like that, who do you actually end up becoming? It's going to be a toss-up 50-50 between who she becomes. And so for me, like I told you guys, my father had 3 kids out of wedlock. So when my mom was mothering and those kids would come over to the house, my mom was collaborating with those other women. So that's all I ever saw was like collaboration to get to a successful point of who a child becomes.
That's fire.
And so with me and him, I'm like, you know, how do you expect it? Because I don't really have a relationship with his baby mother, with the mother of his child, because of how she wants it to be, right? Me, I'm like an open book. I'm like, hey, I'll text her. I would love to have a relationship. Like, I would love to get to know you. I would love to know something, you know, so I don't just feel like I'm just over here, like,
no, I get it,
guessing on who I'm, you know,
no, I get
who it is. Like, we're still, to me, I'm still family with his baby mother, because if her daughter comes to me and trusts me, we got a common interest. Yeah, like, I would expect you to know who I am and be able to stand on who you know me to be. Yeah. And so if anything ever comes to play where your daughter, you know, kids try to play the part, you know, you can stand on who you know me to be. You know what I'm saying? And we can be adults about solving situations. So I just wanted to hear your perspective on that, because that's something that I'm constantly working through. And it was honestly one of my non-negotiables where I was like, I'm not dating a man with kids because I don't even want to have to deal with that. But because me and Sean really just like gelled up so good, I was like, okay, it's just one. She's older. You know, this may be easy to rock with, but I'm still like, I get like frustrated about that. I'm like, man.
No, it's your point.
Short leash.
First of all, Sean got plugged in the episode. Clap it to Sean. He was fiance for like the first 4 references, and by the 5th one, he was Sean. So shout out to my guy Sean. He actually behind the camera right now. He made it to cut. But as far as in that though, that's interesting because I had the same delusion. And I'm gonna tell you why I called it delusion, because I was like, yo, you know, maybe we could be doing like, once everybody got in a relationship, I'm like, maybe we could have like combined parties. It just really like, I learned that sometimes it's just best to like to have so it's never gonna be that when you get into a co-parent situation, because if it could be that, then they would have been together. Mm-hmm. So if this co-parenting, that means it didn't work between them two, which means we got different views. Mm-hmm. So what has to happen is that's why having babies out of wedlock, we gotta try to not do that as often as possible.
Amen.
But what happens is, if Sean, and I'm gonna reference him because his name is already here. If Sean has a certain way about going about things, and you and him have something in your household, his child's mother probably got a whole completely different perspective of it. So everything y'all do is getting looked at as the opposite of what she would do, or just different. So it's really not going to be uniform. It's almost going to be that when I'm at mom's, it's this way. When I'm at dad, this way. Because if it wasn't, y'all be together. Mm-hmm. So it's like when y'all have y'all child, it's like one of the things where that's where y'all could be super intentional about it. But when it comes to this, like literally it's night and day. Like we see shit differently. And I had to learn to accept that, because being the type of man I am and wanting what I want for my kids is like, it could almost seem like you're trying to tell them how to parent. And it's like, I'm not your leader because I'm not your man.
Yeah.
So I gotta, you know what I started to pray? I just pray that they found good leadership. Like I hope you find a good leader, because I'm not him, because I can't lead you if you don't respect my role in that way.
Yeah.
So you know, so when y'all have a baby, that's gonna be y'all opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna happen with the co-parenting thing, because most women intentionally don't want to respect their baby dad. Just like this isn't. It's very much no. It's not that it was something wrong with me. It's that you wasn't man enough, or you did this, or you did that, and it's like I ain't had shit to work on. You know, I'm the mom, and it's like I can't say, that's why I say in most cases, not in all cases, because some women are very mature. Mm-hmm. But it's for the ones that's not. That's why it don't work, because it's the I'm not gonna say I wasn't good enough for you. I'm gonna say you wasn't man enough for me. type of approach to it. So it's like
And
instead
she
of
gave
bitterness.
life, so you owe her forever.
You said what?
And she gave life, so you owe her forever.
Yeah, I started to hear that more. Like, especially if it was like we together, break up, baby.
Right.
I've heard that. Like, oh no, I carried your child. But
You're
just
welcome.
a minute
No,
ago, it
yeah,
was give
for
me
real.
my baby.
She's like, for real.
No, I mean, I can see why women have resentment as baby mothers because they got into it. Some of them just had a one night stand, whoop de whoop. Which me, I don't ever understand why you have a one night stand with somebody and bear his child. Like I just never can ever get that.
Y'all do a lot
but
that don't make sense.
That to me
We'd
is
be here
just
all
like,
day.
bro, what? But if you was with somebody in a relationship and you had a child together, I think that everybody needs to man up. Like everybody has to man up and go to therapy, figure it out. Like if it just comes to a point where it's like, okay, this is just not working, it's just mad toxic. I get it, but as a baby mother, I'm not a baby mother. I don't have any kids, but if I was, I could feel the resentment that would be there if you thinking that you're.
And I would not want to cooperate with the new bitch. I just wouldn't.
I could feel the resentment of like
just cracked
we
the
were
code.
supposed to be together. Like we was definitely supposed to be together and do this thing together. So I definitely get it, but I guess that's why they be baby moms.
Yeah, but again, it's not just you gotta always self-reflect and be like, what did I contribute for us ending up here? Now, if he was just a bad person, then you didn't
Right,
lose.
that's one thing.
You would, but it's like if you bitter about it not working out, then for somewhere deep down inside, you're thinking something good about this person. And then you got to just self-reflect. All right, well, what did I contribute to the demise of this relationship? And can I work past it not working with us for it to work for our child?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't arrive there. And I'm gonna just tell you now, like you're in a position where you're like you don't have any, so you get to choose to have with your husband, with your fiance. So it's like you ain't gonna really have that experience. But like that, I feel like that resentment would be present sometimes for unnecessarily because they'll openly admit that they don't feel nothing. They don't got no feelings. They don't want nothing. It's like, so what the fuck is you mad for? I wouldn't be with my girl if she hated her baby dad. I'm standing on business because for me, it's like emotions are like a will. They can always be turned. So if you hate somebody, you can love somebody. All they got to do is reshape the perception of themselves. So I want you to respect the person and just feel nothing. Like it could just be respect. Like, you know what? That's my child's father. But if you actually, I'm not letting him see his child. I fuck this. It's like, oh no, you still vested in some type of way. I'm cool off that. A lot of niggas will be fighting with the girl to get away from that. I'm walking away. That's a sign to me. If I was still, I'm not arguing with you. We're gonna disagree a couple times. I'm not gonna always get on one page, and y'all feel like y'all got the right to just call me in with a certain energy because you here because I gotta get my kid. But it's like, beyond that, I don't got no rap. What are we talking about? You understand what I'm saying? So if my girl got too much rap, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you care for? Yeah, because he not going to be having no bitch around my door. But did you meet her? Is she cool? Like, why do you care that much if you're not bothered by him and his presence? Why does his decisions affect you? You should be fucking trying to meet the girl. But let's
Shout
do
out
this.
to me and my fiance, baby mom, for still being together and not
Yeah,
having
shout
these
out.
type of blended
shout out to the
issues.
9 years that Q.
That's a fact.
Yeah, because
Shout
that's been my.
So why you haven't put a ring on it in 9 years?
We get married next year.
Yeah, I'm about to say they engaged.
I thought you said my baby
I said
mother
baby
9
mom's
years.
fiance. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, no, I respect it.
I knew she was coming on. I had to propose quick. I saw this in the future. Like,
You'd have been. But
I'm sorry, real quick. I
No,
always
go
say
ahead,
my
yeah.
biggest fear in life before I even started fucking was having baby mom drama and blended family issues and shit like that. Yeah, so I hope long road ahead.
Yep.
And the last thing, well, I wouldn't everybody give like some type of closed thoughts, but to that point, I feel like I had to learn through those experiences. I wouldn't be the dad I am today because like I didn't necessarily set out to be a dad at 16. I had my first daughter at 16. I didn't wake up that day like I'm about to get this girl pregnant. Like I was just being a horny teen. You follow what I'm saying? It was like, and through that decision, it has molded me in so many ways because I had to learn how to deal with them. So when I'm younger, I'm interacting like, even though we hate each other, it's like it ain't no love, it was never that, but it's like this is mutual. Then after a while, it was like, you know what? I'm not partaking in this no more because I don't have to be reactive. I never will initiate nothing, but I will react. Like, you know what I'm saying? You say something, I'm saying something back, and it's like, you know what? No, I ain't doing that. Then it made me realize that as much as I don't like the position I put myself in, I understand what it meant to my journey and making me a man. So it's like, that's why I think men should step up because it's like, you never know. Men don't want to deal with toxic and, immature or disrespectful baby moms and all that type of shit. But the type of character you build from learning how to deal with it, it teaches you, like for now, I told myself I wouldn't deal with a woman that disrespect me. I'm not choosing to be with a woman that disrespect me because I didn't choose this disrespect. I chose to have sex and it led to disrespect. So I'm not about to choose to be with you and you don't respect me, you don't, you know what I mean? So it's like those things don't come about.
Super non-negotiable.
You follow? But I don't arrive there because I would have still been thinking with my dick. I would have been thinking like, oh yeah, because I can fuck her, I should fuck her. Now it's like, I'm not fucking you. I can already see what you're going to become. Like, I can see past that. Most men don't. They be like, man, I'm a fucker and then I'm a fleer and I'm gonna get. But it's like, why? Like, fuck all the ties and all that. But it's just like, why have to do that? Why have to have sex with somebody that have to block them because you know they're gonna be a headache? You just not fuck them, and they don't even be worth it. So you know, you gotta I look at my decisions back like that. Like, all right, like it was worth it to become a dad, even though in the beginning I didn't set out to be one. It made me the man I am. It built my character.
It's rarely ever worth it to think with your dick. Rarely ever.
Never seen it work for somebody. I don't know a nigga that succeeded. Use the big head, not the other one, not the little head.
Did you have any sign-out points or something to leave us with?
Yeah. Good girls get grants.
That's good. You see the plug?
Yeah, she's good.
This is brought to you by the Pink Print.
Bring it back.
Full service agency where we get you the best funding, 90% accuracy. I'm Steph Curry from the line.
That girl good.
She was good. No, but give us, and I feel like this was like, we gotta do it again.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we could have went more, but we always feel
all
like that.
type of stuff.
But so I appreciate you coming down here
Absolutely.
and joining us. This was dope. And yeah, man, I want you to all right, give a woman the blueprint on how you got the ring.
Okay. The blueprint. Okay, so I would say for me, the blueprint to getting a ring, one, there's a lot of self-shadow work that has to be done. You have to be able to know who you actually are, because when you're getting to know somebody and you're dating somebody and they're asking you questions, and sometimes you just be kind of like saying answers that you think sound good, but then when y'all get into the thick of it, that's really not who you are. So you got to actually know who you are first and foremost. And two, you have to know what you're looking for. So don't just be in the dating pool, like out here just seeing what works, testing out stuff, trial and error. Like, know what you want and stand on business. Like, if it's not what you, like you said, if I already see what you going to become or what you looking like, just, it's a no. I'd rather be alone than be stressed out. So just keep it pushing on that. And then three, you have to set goals for your relationship too. Like, your man should be very understanding and aware of like, hey, these are the things that I'm going for in my life. So before y'all even get into the mix, like, if you can't even present these type of things, then it's just not even going to work, because these are the things that I'm looking for. And I'm not saying, oh, in 1 year you better engage with me. Like, it's not like that, but it's like, this is my timeline for what I'm trying to do. So that, I think that's honestly the blueprint. And then just being supportive, like giving ideas, being understanding of situations that he's going through, because just like you're growing as a person, he's growing as a person too. So like, have that grace in your relationship for your man to like go through things and be understanding for what he's going through. And then once he's ready to make a decision and understand like, this is somebody that I need to build with because of how you're treating him overall, then he'll make that decision and you'll get your ring. And make sure you pick out a good ring, because you're gonna go through it.
So
get you a good one.
I want you to get your final thoughts too, Q. But Q had a 3-step book, and the last step was shutting the fuck up. How much do you shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't shut up. I talk. I run my mouth. I run my jibs all day. Like all day, I run my jibs. But I also,
Damn
I'm
He like, fuck, he was 90%.
Yeah.
Sean!
Because I'm also with somebody who's like a podcaster. So we literally talk all day. As far as like complaining and stuff, I do be telling him, because I cannot stand like clean that house. Like, you not like cleaning, but like pick up after yourself. There's no reason why I should have like 50,000 shoes all over the floor.
Absolutely.
Or like if I just mop the floors and you spill something, why do I have to come back with the Swiffer? Like, get the Swiffer and
Sean.
clean that stuff up. Like clean the
He
toilet.
said his
like,
cat. Sean said his cat. Sean said his cat.
No, if you take a detox tea, like clean the toilet. Like, nobody wants to see you detox in the toilet. Like,
she gets
it's like
specific.
it's wild. It's wild.
That shit probably happened one time.
No, it's wild.
Nigga did it one time.
In 2022.
And now he just leaving doo-doo rather do. All the seeds in the fucking house.
I ain't my business out there on Front Street, so everybody care about
Now
my
they calling him Shitty Sean on the set.
Lord, it's wild activity. But seriously though, I think men have to contribute. Like, you have to pick up after yourself, because that's when we start running our jibs. If it's like, come on, bro, like this is getting out of hand.
I think I'm the opposite with the shut the fuck up. Like, I feel like I'm the one that's like trying to get through, not like all the extra shit, but I'm the one that's like, come get this hair out the sink and da-da-da-da. I'm that guy. But when it comes
Men
to
get too much slander for being the junky ones. A lot of women are the messy junky ones.
But
Yeah.
so my girl clean every fucking day. She clean. That's but it is a little peeve of mine, a little pet peeve when it's like, little, just certain shit is like when she's getting dressed, every fucking closet door is open, every drawer is open.
All the makeup.
Why the fuck is the cabinets in the kitchen open? Like, what the fuck was you getting out
My
of here?
nail polish was up
You
there.
get what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit. So then it's like when you walking out, when you leaving out, you never really pay it mind because you rushing out the door.
Right.
But when you come back and you see the storm, it's like,
Yeah, you like, wow.
what the fuck? So that's the thing. But as far as in they shut the fuck up, it just, for me, it'd be like, when I'm saying it is like, just stop questioning shit. Just shut up.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Yeah.
Just shut up. Just chill.
That I can understand.
And really back to the 3-step book, it's not about a zero. Nobody wants like an Asian, like just to be like.
Whoa.
This is like-
I think that's a lot of ism right there.
That was ism.
That was the ism for
Shout
sure.
out to my Malaysian sister-in-law.
Yeah, the fuck. Like, this bull just.
I guarantee her sister will shut the fuck. It's like no, no, it's all about the percentage. So if you want a 7 or a 10, whatever, just 50% it. That's all we need. 50%.
Come down a little bit,
Like
yeah.
if you never shut the fuck up, I'm sure Sean went, no, all right, you 10? Give us a 5.
Yeah, I
Give
run
us
my
a-
chips. I definitely do.
Give us a 5.
Yeah,
But-
that was one detox tea. That's all he had. Just one detox. He didn't have to talk about this for 2 years. One detox tea. Like,
When that was when y'all just met. Like, damn, my man had cleaned this up. You got it together. But all right, Q, what you watch this week, man? Talk to us.
oh, let me go, man. I did get my doc horror bag. Yeah, so let me see what I watched. The Jinx. If you into documentaries, there was a part came out 10 years ago. Nigga, he was a billionaire, heiress, whatever. Got away with 3 murders and over 40 years. Killed his wife, all type of other people, whatever. He just went to jail. They caught him. So part 2, that was good. Actually, you watched the Kevin Hart Mark Twain Acceptance Award?
Haven't catch a
Yeah, that's pretty good actually. I fuck with Kevin Hart. Seeing him in certain spaces. Yes, that's all I say. Yeah. Other than that, woman, shut the fuck up, please. That's all though.
All right, man. So y'all already know this is a great part of the show, but not my favorite part. We got to come down to an end.
For sure.
But we got to make Stormy promise to come
Plane
back.
is descending.
You know what I mean? So we can have a part 2. We've been promising a lot of part 2. They're gonna start holding us accountable.
Yeah,
Nigga, y'all said such and such.
Ain't been no
come
part
back.
2 yet.
Ain't even no part 2 yet. I think there's just some shit you say at the end of a pod. We gotta do this again. But now I feel like we come out the A. We definitely gotta bring the equipment and get some shit done. So let's do that. Make sure y'all get with the pink print for all of y'all grant writing needs. I met her prior to as a good person introduced us, and then we met organically at an event, and the vibe felt like up north, like up. Like I knew she was from up north when we was down south because she was like, it was like the Spider-Man meme. Like, it's you. We just literally fucking followed each other 2 days ago. And here we are. And we just had a dope ass conversation. And then I did get a chance to meet her fiance. And it was dope. So I felt like that was a genuine connection that was formed in a short time frame. So I appreciate you for coming down and sharing this platform with us.
Pleasure.
Make sure y'all get with her.
Absolutely.
As far as in us, we be back next week to talk some more shit, thought-provoking conversations. We hope y'all gain something. And remember, make sure y'all share this out because as y'all let people know, we grow. So we need you to do that. Don't just take these gems, and we don't want y'all to be gatekeepers. We don't want y'all to be like, yeah, that's my shit. I don't want everybody watching. No, we want everybody watching this shit because, like I said, the more people y'all let know, we grow. So stay locked in, stay tapped in. Another episode of the Wolf Has Spoken podcast. You can follow me at WolfWSC.
You can follow me at Stormy Banks, and that's Stormy with an I _.
And then
Yeah, and I'm Q, right on Q Live, as in the right side on QUE Live, right on Q Live.
and follow the network page. So the network subscribe to us is Wolf Network, and then on Instagram is wolfnetwork.wse. So we'll see y'all next time. Until then, the Wolf Has Spoken. We out.